Hi guys, and may the 4th be with you. Today is a Star Wars special and I'm going to show you how you can create a lightsaber effect at home. And I'm going to start right now. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is James, and if it is the very first time to this channel and you want to learn all about Photoshop, Lightroom and everything photography related, start now by subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss anything. So in this tutorial guys is a Star Wars special, and today I'm going to show you how you can set up a scene and also set it up in Photoshop so you can create a lightsaber effect at home. So all you're going to be needing for this is a model, and you're also going to need some kind of lightsaber shaped object. Now of course you can always use a lightsaber replica that you can get for instance off eBay or off Amazon, but annoyingly because a lot of the shops are closed and I don't want to kind of get deliveries that are non-essential, I'm going to be using this torch, which hopefully will be a great replica. Now also you're going to need some kind of really cool location. Now I was planning on possibly going to the Lake District and getting kind of this waterfall location that would kind of match a few scenes that I saw off of the Star Wars universe, but annoyingly because we are in lockdown, I'm just going to use a local place in my village. So without further ado guys, let's get started. Right guys, so we're here at the underpass and this is where we're going to be taking the Star Wars themed photo. So today, just behind me, I've got my brother and he's going to be the model, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get him just underneath the underpass to create this kind of mystical atmosphere by kind of drawing away quite a lot of the light, as it is quite a sunny day today. So without further ado guys, let's get started. Right, so we're finished with the photos. So what I'm going to do now, head back to the studio and we're going to get editing. Brilliant, so we're back from the photography shoot. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look through, find the photo that I like the most through all of the shots that we did, and then I'm going to show you how you can create the lightsaber effect in Photoshop. Right guys, so what I've done is I've gone through and I've chosen my favourite photo from the photo shoot. And all you'll need to do is go ahead to my Google Drive, which will be the link in the description, and I'll upload this photo along with a few of my other favourite photos that I took on the photo shoot. They're all raw files, so you can tweak and adapt them to your heart's desire. And today I've chosen this particular photo, and as you can see I've already tweaked it in Camera Raw. So all we'll need to do is go down to Open Image, and this will open it from the Camera Raw file all the way to Photoshop, as you can see. Lovely. So this is where we can now create the lightsaber effect. So there's two stages of creating the lightsaber effect. First stage is actually creating the lightsaber itself, and the second stage is creating an outer glow effect that you can see on the model, the walls, and also the ceiling and floor. So what we need to do first is just create the lightsaber effect. So what we're going to do is go over to the left hand side tools panel, and you want to find your square or ellipse tool. You want to click and hold, and you want to make sure you've got your rounded rectangle tool, or it's U as your shortcut on your keyboard. And what you want to do now is just create the shape and size of your lightsaber. So I'm going to go for something like so. So you want to make sure you get your width and your height to the right size that you would like. What you want to do now is you want to make sure it doesn't have a stroke, but you want to have a white interior. So if you've got the box, you want to make sure your fill is white and you've got no stroke. So just like so. And you can find these changes in your properties panel just here. And you can find it either here, or you can go to your windows and you can go to properties. So once you've done that, what you'll need to do is now move it into the correct spot. So what we can do is go to edit. We're going to go down to free transform, and we can use the anchors on the side just to move it around to the desired location. So I'm going to move it to something like so, making sure it lines up with the lightsaber handle as best as you can. So I'm going to go for something like so. Lovely. And all you need to do is press enter. But as you can see, the lightsaber effect is actually covering over the handle and the arms of my model. So all we need to do is go down to the bottom right hand corner, select a layer mask, and use the brush tool just to remove it from the areas that are currently being covered. So we'll go for something like so. And again, if you ever need to free transform it again, all you'll need to do is press Command T, or you can go to Edit, Free Transform, and you can move it around until you're happy with the result. And I think I'm going to go for this position. So we've got that length of lightsaber and we've got the thickness. So what we need to do now is to create the glow effect. So what we can do is I'm just going to apply this layer mask. So I'm just going to rasterize this layer, and then I'm going to click on the layer mask and go to apply layer mask. So as you can see, if I turn it before, off and on again, as you can see there. So what we need to do now is to create the glow effect. So what we can do is bring up our layer stylizing box, and then we're also going to create a gradient map layer. So we're going to double click on the lightsaber layer and it will bring up our layer stylizing box, and this is where we can add in the outer glow. So what we can do, we'll go all the way down from our blending options, all the way down second to bottom where you can see it says outer glow. And all we need to do is click. So this is where you can add in the color, but you can also add in the spread and size. So what we want to do is create a multi-layered glow. So we'll need quite a few layers to create this effect. So the first layer we're going to do is we're going to bump up the opacity all the way to 100%, but we're going to have the size of the glow quite small. And we're going to go for 40 pixels to start off with. So as you can see, it creates this effect. So what we need to do now is we need to duplicate the background layer. So what you can do is click, and then you want to press Command J on your keyboard, and as you can see, it has duplicated it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to name this Lightsaber 1, and then Lightsaber 1, and then I'm going to name the one below it Lightsaber 2. So this glow, what we want is to add a little bit more of a glow but lower the opacity. So we're going to increase the glow to 80 pixels, but we're going to lower the opacity slightly. And this will create more of a gradient glow. So let's go for 60%. Lovely. And then what we need to do is just duplicate it 2 more times. So we're going to duplicate it 1 more here. We're going to go back to our outer glow settings. We're going to drop the opacity even further, but we're going to increase the size. And then what we'll do is we'll do it 1 more time. So press Command J on our keyboard. We're going to copy this one. We're going to go to our outer glow settings. We're going to make the maximum size, but then we're going to just drop the opacity a little bit further. So as you can see, if we turn them all off, we'll turn on the first one, second one, third one, and then the last one. And as you can see, it has created the lightsaber effect. Now, if you do want to change the color of this, all you'll need to do is just double click on that chosen layer, go to your outer glow settings, and you can change the color like so. So you can make it red, green, blue, purple, or any color of your choice. So once we've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get all of the lightsaber layers, press Command G, and that will group them, and we're just going to call this lightsaber. So what we need to do now is to create the kind of outer glow that would be on the floor, on the ceiling, and also on the walls and the model. And we can do this by creating a gradient map layer. So we're going to go down to our adjustment layers icon. I'm going to go ahead and select gradient map. Now gradient map is a way of mapping pixels via their luminosity and then creating a gradient from that. So it creates a gradient from the darkest pixels all the way to the brightest pixels. And this is a great way of creating an ambient glow in your photos. So all you need to do is to choose the gradient you're after, is click on that gradient map. And then as you can see, it pops up with our gradient editor. So the far left hand side will be the darkest pixels and the right hand side will be the brightest pixels. So you want to choose a dark blue, as that's the color of the lightsaber I've gone with today. But again, if you've chosen a green lightsaber, you need to choose a dark green on the left hand side. On the right hand side, you want to choose an almost white but of the same color. So we'll go for something like so. And then in the middle, you want to pick a highly saturated color. So you want to have, on the left hand side, you want to have a dark color. In the middle, at 50% location, you want to have a saturated color. And on the right hand side, you want to have an almost white or a very light color. So we'll go for something that looks similar to this. But again, you can change it to any color of your choice. So once you've done that, what you'll need to do is change the blending mode of this to screen. So we'll go for like this. And now as you can see, it's covering the whole image, and we only want it to kind of affect certain areas of the photo. So what we can do is go to the gradient map layer, and we want to go to the layer mask, and we want to press Command I. And what that will do is it will vert all of the colours from white to black, concealing that layer. And what you can do now is start painting in the areas that you want to add in the glow. Now I find if you paint in a really strong brush like so, as you can see, it is completely affecting the image. So what you want to do is just simply reduce the opacity down to around 50%, and then you just want to create a nice big brush, and you just want to dab in the area that you want to be affected. So we'll go for something like so. Lovely. And if you're finding it still a little bit too strong, like I'm finding it a little bit too strong, you can always drop the opacity down as well. Lovely. Now, because obviously we've got the foreground would have a different glow to the background, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate that layer. So pressing Command J on our keyboard, I'm just going to delete that layer mask and then create a new black layer mask like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a smaller brush, and I'm going to use a different opacity. So I'm going to drop this down to 20% flow. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint onto the model itself, like so, using a different size brush and a different sized opacity. So I can actually split the foreground and background glow to create a different effect. So I'm going to go like so. Now I find doing it this way is a little bit more customizable, and you have a little bit more control over the glow itself. And again, you can always raise the opacity of the glow in your opacity settings on your layers panel. So all you need to do is just use your brush tool just to smarten up the edges until you are happy with the result. And I am really starting to liking this photo. But there's just one more effect that I want to do. So I want to create a vignette, and what this will do is it will kind of highlight the subject and the lightsaber in the center by darkening the exterior of the photo. And I find the best way of creating a customizable vignette is by using the curves adjustment layer and using a gradient. So we're going to go down to our bottom right hand corner, and we're going to go ahead and select a curves adjustment layer, and making sure the curves adjustment layer is right at the top. What we want to do is darken the highlights to about 50%, and we also want to darken the midtones to create a very dark look. What you want to do is click on the layer mask that you get with your curves tool. You want to go over to the left hand side, and you want to go ahead and select your gradient tool, or that's G on your keyboard. You want to make sure you've got black as your foreground color, and you want to make sure you've got a radial gradient selected in your gradient picker. And then all you need to do is click, drag out to this exterior of the photo, and as you can see, it is creating this effect. And obviously what you can do is, instead of doing it to the center of photo, you can actually do it to the center of the model. So it looks like the model is releasing this kind of colored glow. So as you can see in the layer mask, you can see it's just affecting the exterior. So if I turn that off and on again, as you can see, it's emphasizing the lightsaber and the model in the center. Brilliant. So there we go, guys. So that is how I've created this lightsaber effect. All I'm going to do now is simply just remove all of the background, kind of these noughts and crosses that seem to be here, and a little bit of the graffiti found on the right hand side, and I'm going to be finished with the photo. And there we go, guys. So that is how you can create a lightsaber effect in Photoshop. And again, guys, may the 4th be with you. Brilliant, and there we go, guys. So that is how you can create a lightsaber effect at home. And again, I would love to see the results that you've taken, so go ahead and tag me in it on my Instagram, Photography by Fever. Again, guys, if you want to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, it really does help my channel grow. Also, if you want to hit the bell notification so you don't miss my next video. But until next time, guys, keep creating.